I don't know about you, but these days it feels like the world and our lives are moving at hyperspeed. The all-new Nissan Murano is an unapologetic refuge amidst the hustle and bustle. In the Nissan Murano, you can take a beat, catch your breath, and re-energize. With its elevated modern interior and bold new exterior, this vehicle stands out. Its massaging leather-appointed seats melt away the tension of a busy day, adds to that feeling of refuge. Optional features like panoramic moonroof that adds tons of natural light to its roomy cabin, and ambient lighting sets the right vibe. So crucial in dreary winter days. The Bose premium sound system helps you escape further into your favorite music. The Nissan Murano and all its features gives you the greatest rush, while not feeling like you're rushing at all. Find your moment of calm in the all-new Nissan Murano. Drive the all-new 2025 Nissan Murano today. Features listed or available upgrades.
Beautiful Anonymous changes each week. It defies genres and expectations. For example, our most recent episode, I talked to a woman who survived a murder attempt by her own son. But just the week before that, we just talked the whole time about Star Trek. We've had other recent episodes about sexting in languages that are not your first language, or what it's like to get weight loss surgery. It's unpredictable, it's real, it's honest, it's raw. Get Beautiful Anonymous wherever you listen to podcasts.
Kimberly Levy. Now, we all know 2020 has been a wild ride with many unexpected twists and turns. Many of us may be left feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, and a little confused. As we approach the new year, we all need a little reset. That's why I created the Reset Button Bootcamp. It's a 3-day virtual conference for women like us that just need time to take a breath and get re-energized and refocused for the coming year. I provide you with practical tools and templates while guiding you through each step so you can regain your confidence and happiness. You will leave feeling like you have renewed energy and a solid game plan for the new year. If you're interested, head on over to my website at kimberlylevy.com/courses to grab your spot. Spaces are limited, so don't wait. Hi guys, I wanted to talk to you about Halloween and specifically what your game plan should be when we approach Halloween and we don't want to have fights over candy. We don't want sugar overload. We just want a really fun evening. And so I have blogged about this, but I also wanted to just run through it with you guys because I have some really handy tips and just some helpful hints of things of how to make sure that your Halloween goes more smoothly. So here we go. The first step is, as you approach Halloween, you should establish the rules with your kids so that they know exactly what to expect. So this is going to help you to avoid any of the meltdowns. So before going out trick-or-treating, you should basically have the conversation with the kids that you guys are going to receive a ton of candy tonight, and you should definitely come up with the amount of candy you want them to have that night. So for example, you can say tonight you guys get to have 2 pieces of candy, and then afterwards you're going to get to save 3 pieces. And so make sure that when you establish these rules, there are rules that you know you can follow and that you can really stick with so that you're not going against the rules that you had set out. So really brainstorm with your spouse and think about what the amount is that feels right for your family. I think for our kids, you know, being so young, it makes sense to keep the number of pieces of candy pretty low. And they're really kind of amenable to that as long as they know what to expect, and you really just hold to that and keep reminding them about what the rules are as you go. So once you've come home and they've had, let's say, their 2 pieces of candy for the evening, like you talked about, you should come up with how many you're going to save. And so for us, we're going to save 3 pieces of candy. And so what you'll do is you'll take out a mini Ziploc bag and you will hand it to your kids and say, pick out your top 3, or maybe it's 5 pieces, whatever, of candy. And so let them own the process. So they can pick out their top 3 to 5 pieces of candy they want to save for the coming days and put it in the Ziploc bag, and then you let them know this is exactly where we're going to keep it. For us, we like to keep ours in the refrigerator, and say over the next week, provided you guys behave, you can have your one piece of candy of your choice from your Halloween trick-or-treating. Now, this leaves the big question of what do we do with the giant bag of candy? And obviously, this is the trickiest part. So, insert the Halloween ghost. So, what you do is you explain to them that the giant buckets of candy are going to be traded between the kids and the Halloween ghost. So what they do is they leave their buckets out on your front porch, or if you have another place, that's fine. We select our front porch, and we have the kids leave their buckets of candy outside, and we let them know that the Halloween ghost is going to fly around to all of the houses and swap out the candy for a toy or something else that you feel comfortable giving your kids. And so this does require a little bit of planning. So that's why it's important that I provide this information to you this week and right away so that you have time to plan. But basically what we do is have the kids set out the candy at night, say goodnight to their candy, and then once they go to sleep, you need to do the transfer. So the next step is the transfer. So once the kids are sleeping, you take the candy, you transfer it to a gallon Ziploc bag so that they don't see the bucket in like the freezer. So I know this is important, this step, because my husband did this and wasn't really thinking of this, but if you just stick the bucket in the freezer, then you're busted the next day. My kids are pretty smart, so, and I'm sure your kids are too, like they're very astute. So make sure you take in the bucket and transfer it to a gallon size bag and then put it in your freezer in your garage or hide it somewhere where the kids will not quickly recognize it, or else you're going to get nailed. So you can take the bucket, leave it out front, like leave it back on the front porch where you started, so that they can keep the bucket for the next year. That's fine. Or you can just take the bucket away and put it away with your Halloween stuff if you're like really on top of it. Okay, so then now that you've done that, this is the next step, the exchange and the note. So make sure you have a toy for each child. It doesn't need to be extravagant. It could be, a coloring book or something you already have, something from the dollar store. It does not need to be extravagant. Kids just love this idea that they get a gift from the Halloween ghost. They're very relaxed about it. So definitely don't feel like you need to break the bank. And then what you do is you take that toy and place it outside of their room, or you can put it back on the front porch. We've done it both ways, and either way works perfectly fine. I think I kind of prefer leaving it on the front porch, but maybe if it's windy or rainy or whatever, and that doesn't make sense, then maybe just leave it outside their room. And then you leave a cute little note addressed to the kids from the Halloween ghost, and they love it. Now, our kids can't read, so you leave the note for each child with the toy outside of their room, and then you can read it to them and say, "Oh boy, Carter, look at what the Halloween ghost left for you, and look what he read." And they get so excited. They love it. And they completely forget about the candy. Again, they still have their few pieces that you've retained and that they've put aside. And so what I've done is I actually went and created a template for you guys to just go on my website under tools for you. And it is sitting there waiting for you. You just put in your email, and then I will send you an email, and in your inbox, you'll click and you'll get the printable PDF where it's this really cute note from the Halloween ghost to your child. It doesn't matter if you have a boy or a girl or more than one child. The way I wrote it is so that it could really work for any family. So make sure you go to KimberlyLovey.com, tools for you, and download that as soon as you can and just print it. And then there you go. You don't have to think or do anything. And the kids just love it. So those are my tips for avoiding the sugar meltdowns and getting a smooth transition to avoid those crazy fights and meltdowns with your child. So I hope that's helpful. It's definitely worked for us the last few years. So I'm super excited to share it with you guys. It's really easy, and it is a tip you definitely need to know about if you're a parent. So I hope you guys have a very safe Halloween, and we will be trick-or-treating with our little pod. So we're keeping it very small and safe. So please be safe. Please be happy and let me know how it goes. Take care. All right, that is it for today. Now, as you know, some of our best conversations actually happen after the show. So I want you to find me on Instagram at Kimberly Lovey and let me know your thoughts about today's show. You can screenshot this episode and let us know what your biggest takeaway was and tag me at Kimberly Lovey and we can share it on our stories. I will see you again, same time, same place next week.